What is going on, everyone? How are you all doing? This is Yix here at Magna Crypto, back again for another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Ocean Protocol, Cardano and XRP, and have a look at the market in general. So stick around and let's get the show on the road. So let's first begin with XRP. Now, this is Stuart Alderotti. He is, I believe, one of the lawyers in the Ripple organization. For those that don't know, Ripple at the moment are being charged by the SEC for unlawfully selling an unregistered security. So they said XRP was a security and you were selling it illegally. And although Ripple and XRP have been around since about 2014, they've only come to the forefront, the SEC that is, to make this claim that they are doing this illegally. And so this is the lawyer coming back with a response. So today, Ripple filed our answer to the SEC's amended complaint, notably with full transparency to the SEC. XRP was listed on 200 plus exchanges. Billions of dollars in XRP were bought and sold monthly. Many market makers had daily XRP transactions and third-party products not developed by Ripple and are used by XRP. So we're looking forward to learning more about the SEC's meeting with major XRP market participants who asked for guidance but were never told that XRP transaction would be subject to federal securities laws, full filing here. So what he's saying essentially, I mean, you can pretty much understand it yourself, but this last bit, basically pushing back to the SEC saying, why didn't you tell all these XRP market participants that XRP was a security when they asked you for guidance? What were you doing the whole time when we asked you, when we wanted to use XRP and they said nothing? Why are we not protecting their interest? So it looks like they have a good defense. And to be fair, they could have settled out of court and paid some settlement fee. They had the opportunity to do that. But since the beginning, especially from the CEO Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple have been quite confident in fighting this case. So it does lead me to believe that they have more evidence to support their case, and that they're confident that they'll win the case for Ripple and for the whole crypto community. Of course, at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes at the SEC. They could easily just be absolute, into any negative word and just say, you know what, you did wrong and here's your fine. Or, we've now labeled XRP securities. It's still possible. But it does look like Ripple have a good case. This is definitely not financial advice, but it's always, if you don't want to miss out on a potential 5 to 10x, it's good to have what they call a suicide bag. And this is a bag, that is small, but in the event something crazy happens and they win the case, or that's not necessarily a crazy thing, but let's say they win the case and XRP absolutely shoots to the moon, you're not gonna jump off the highest building because you didn't buy in. So that's what I've done. Moving over to the next update. So this is 2 days old, but Ocean and Kraken FX. So Ocean is now open for trading on the Kraken exchange, one of the oldest exchanges in the crypto community. And the trading pairs are Ocean USD, Ocean EUR, GBP, and BTC. So there's more liquidity now available for Ocean, which is always good. Of course, it's not the same effect as being listed on Binance or Coinbase, but still, more liquidity is always better, especially down the road when Ocean goes even further higher in the roadmap and people want to buy Ocean. The more options there are to buy it, the more liquidity, the better. So definitely good to see. And the next update regarding Ocean protocol is their partnership with Benchmark. Now they've made quite a few partnerships, but this is quite interesting, quite good, because it adds another use case to the Ocean protocol. So what it is Ocean will be listed on Benchmark's lending platform, enabling Ocean token holders to lend their Ocean and earn interest. So that's a fantastic use case for sure. If we go a bit deeper, this partnership creates one more use of Ocean and further deepens its DeFi integrations. With this listing, Ocean holders will be able to lend their Ocean while keeping exposure to Ocean and earning interest yield without risk of impermanent loss. Ocean and Benchmark are exploring future joint efforts, including leveraging Ocean market to monetize Benchmark's DeFi data and the lending of data tokens to help data tokens holders earn interest on their holdings. Now, this is one thing Ocean are doing quite a lot. I made a video where they partnered with a gaming project where they'll be, looking to leverage the gaming data that's available over there, and now they're looking to monetize Benchmark's DeFi data. So you can see the trend right here that they're able to leverage everyone's data. So a lot of projects are going to be looking at Ocean thinking, well, we have a lot of data, why not leverage that as well? Why not monetize all of that? So you can see the trend is accelerating, how far this can go with Ocean protocol. Absolutely fantastic to see. Now let's move over to the technicals to wrap this video up. So I mentioned in my private Telegram group, I was looking particularly at the $1 level. Since potentially this partnership and also the Kraken listing, Ocean has used the 618 as support and broken back above the $1 level. So that for me is the key. If we close below $1, then we'll probably start seeing 82 cents being tested again, 69, 70 cents, and basically this area over here, which is just above the previous high. I think that would be tested again if we close below $1. However, we have reversed and now we're above the $1 level. So if we can stay above here, then we can start to break past the previous high, test that extension of test that 0.27 extension at $1.46, and then go beyond to 172 and 184, getting closer to that $2 level. So the main thing I'm looking at is making sure to close above that $1 level. If we move to the daily time frame, we can see a bit more clearly that when it broke past that $1 level, it's now acted as support. You can see twice or three times as wicks have gone into that zone around the $1 level. So it needs to really maintain this and make a rally towards the previous high of 126, this clear resistance here, and break past it. If it's not able to do that, then we may end up breaking below, and we may end up making lower highs, which would create a clear downtrend. So this week's going to be quite important for Ocean protocol, I believe, because it's in somewhat of limbo. It's around that $1 level. It needs to really close above that on the weekly and carry on going up. Also, let's have a look at ADA. So Cardano. I mentioned Cardano in my private Telegram group because it had rallied for quite a while since this low at around 10 cents. I mentioned this formation at that point. So since about 10 cents, has rallied almost 13x in about since then about three to 4 months, and now it's rejected from creating the new all-time high. So just past the new all-time high, but we've had 2 wicks rejecting from that level, and both wicks are descending. So what I've noticed on the daily time frame is a broadening wedge arising, broadening wedge chart pattern, and to see this at the end of a rally is a bearish indication. Now, of course, we can break above this and carry on going up. However, there's more probability that will break to the downside and then potentially go down to about 85 cents or even 95 cents, around the $1 level. Basically, that's the two main areas of support. Long term, of course, I'm still bullish, but I'm definitely looking at this pattern. It's tested the lower trend line now, as you can see. So if it breaks below, potentially retest and keeps going down, then there you go. I've said it already. But yeah, the main thing that is concerning, as I've mentioned, is the fact that it's rallied for so long. So let's see. Now, of course, it can, defy this. It's a probability at the end of the day. It's not a certainty. So it can break to the upside and then make the new all-time high as support. It can make this area turn into support potentially. Of course, that's also a possibility. So we'll have to see, essentially, as the week progresses and as this pattern plays out, because it's a clear broadening wedge formation. Now, quick look at Bitcoin before we close off this video. Again, if you haven't joined my private Telegram group, the link for that is in the description, because I give a lot of insight as to where I think the direction of the market is going. And when we rallied at this point, I said it's possible that we can retrace up to the 618 or 786, as that often happens before you have a recovery and then it goes to its final destination. So it starts to recover and rejected from the 0.5 Fibonacci level, and it's looking like it wants to carry on going lower. So we may test that low before continuing down. One thing I would say, however, is that now we're into the second week of the correction, and if we look at historical data, if we look back at 2017, as it's looking like it's copying the trend very closely, we can look at the correction of March, which took about 3 weeks to get to its low. As you can see, 3 red bars until it starts to recover, and that was near the midpoint of March, and then into May we had a recovery and some wicks to the downside. Now obviously it's not going to be exactly the same, but what we can look at is it took about 3 weeks to get to its bottom before it started to turn around. Other corrections took about 2 weeks, so 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and this was a bit early. Over here, this took a bit longer. It took about 5 to 6 weeks, but that is more of the summer correction that will probably come down the line. Here you have about three weeks of a correction, and here's 1 week before the blow off top. So essentially from 2 to 5 weeks, on average. But the March correction is something that happens all the time. March is historically a bearish month, so we are into the second week. As I said, we may have 1 week, the third week, before we end up recovering from this. Now, of course, we have to play by ear, keep an eye on it. If it starts to turn around properly, then of course we change our minds. However, my opinion is that we've got maybe 1 more week left of a correction before we start recovering. So hope you got some value from that, and see you in the next video. Peace.